Hey everyone, this is Jaxie, and today we are going to get excited about history with more Battle Academy. We have an interesting one today where we are the Desert Rats and the Africa Corps is coming to cut us off, and we're going to see if we can withhold the siege. This is one of the scenarios where you are under attack by multiple waves of enemies, and you are going to win if you just hold out. Now, the standard scenario is you just need one victory point, but again, to make this game much more fun and engaging, I'm going to be trying for all of the achievements and objectives. So for this one, you want to hold them to the bunker line, which means I'm not going to have a defense in depth. I need to play everyone I have forward, and it's going to be scary because if they break through anywhere, I mean, they just run roughshod over the back of the line. And the city itself is the main objective for the campaign, so there's really not a lot I can do. And it's going to be touch and go if they break through. If they don't break through, I mean, it's going to work, but to hold them at the bunker line, you're playing forward, and they can attack you from the whole field of view. You really can't do a lot of ambushes. You can't take advantage of these firing lanes. And right there, nice little lag with the Stuka, but oh! They destroy a Bren gun, and they take down half of my mortar. That's ridiculous. And the enemy immediately shows up. Luckily, I get some good reaction fire, and I'm able to take out one of their armored cars, suppress another armored car, disperse one of their squads, and make it retreat. But my mortar is down to half efficiency. I really can't stress enough how good the mortars are in this game. They not only do damage, but they will do horrible things to the enemy's ability to have any sort of morale. It will keep them suppressed really easily. The Bren gun, I mean, I don't really need. I can live without, but like I said, playing up, you're going to take that risk, and with the mortar the way it is, we shall see. Now, right there, I'm getting real lucky with my 2-pounders. They're not super strong. You gotta let the enemy get close, but right here, things are going well. I don't have the mortars to support those troops, but I'm feeling good with being able to destroy those armored cars that easily. I'm putting a lot of my men into reaction fire mode and saying I want them to only fire back if they get attacked. I'm going to play up with my Bren carrier. This is just kind of for suppression. I'm not expecting a lot of kills with this, but I just need to delay. I've got 18 turns. I need to hold them back, and then we should be good to go and really not have any issues with it. So if I can pin them down, got them under 50 there, that's good. And these Desert Rats, yeah, they're spotted. They're in the bunker, so they're going to follow some different rules for what it takes to destroy. They have good cover. And I just, if I can even delay them, then I get one step closer. Unfortunately, it looks like with their squads dispersing and with me not having the mortar, I did fail to get my first achievement, which is kill 5 enemy units in 3 turns. Like I said, my promise to you guys was I would try, but I can still achieve the other ones. Now with the mortar, you'll notice it fired 3 shots in single succession there. If you don't have a Stuka come in and ruin your day, you'll actually get 2 mortar rounds per combat turn. So instead of just having 3, you'll have 6, and it really increases the suppression effect. We'll have to live without it. It's kind of fighting with one arm tied behind our back, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. They are retreating. I'm holding them back. Their infantry is not able to break through right now. I've only taken 1 loss from the initial Stuka attack. I'm keeping them pretty suppressed, and right there they take a casualty. They're suppressed. We're getting there. There are 16 turns remaining, and I can tell you guys, in this scenario, we'll get more than just infantry and armored cars. The Germans are slowly going to ramp up. That's usually the cadence in this game when you have these hold out at all costs. You'll start off, they'll do some light reconnaissance, they'll do some infantry waves. Eventually, the tanks are going to show up and things are going to get hairy, so For now, I'm just going to keep my 2-pounders firing. And if I can rank them up, you'll notice one of them has 2 bars of experience. If you get them to the highest rank, they actually can do a lot of really neat things to simulate that there is some sort of leadership bonus and that the units are more efficient as they get elite. You actually get an extra shot, not just for reaction, but you can use it in your turn, and you get an ability to fire an AP round. And so it's a separate little button. I think I've shown it off before, but I haven't really talked about it. It is much more likely to destroy tanks in armored vehicles, and that's going to be good for us. Since we have nothing heavier than the 2-pounder, you'll notice this scenario, they rip the training wheels off, you do not get your Matildas. And they're going to make it hurt. Another laggy Stuka attack. I apologize for that. I don't know why the Stukas were so laggy. The bunker survives it, though. So the first Stuka ruined our day. Now we're doing better. But right there, we do have some half-tracks coming in. They are full of German infantry. If I can destroy them, it's going to put the infantry in a surprise turn, just like that. So that infantry, they are way too close to my gun, and that makes me kind of nervous. But if I can suppress them, no, not even with 1 casualty, that's going to be rough. But if I can suppress them, maybe with the Vickers, there we go, and they take a bunch, then they won't be able to do anything. I don't want infantry getting close to the anti-tank gun. That is probably the worst case scenario for me. Now, that other half-track, there's really nothing I have in range to deal with it at this time. I don't want them to dump infantry onto my bunker and start just destroying its day. If the half-track can suppress my men in the bunker, then they'll just plop the infantry out and assault the bunker. And I do not want that because, again, I'm going for the achievement. I don't want to lose a single bunker. I want to keep them. I already lost 1 achievement, so at this point, getting a little cranky. They don't actually suppress me before they drop their men off. Now they're going to reaction fire, but I already got 2 assaults on it. Unfortunately, my infantry were not able to destroy the half-track, but I was able to scatter their infantry and keep them suppressed, which is nice. I'm going to make sure this new fresh one does not support them. You don't get any help. If you're going to jump out and attack my bunker and try to assault it, you do not get help. You are brave, and you're going to die bravely. Not able to suppress them even with the Vickers, unfortunately. Now, I want to attack these guys, and the reason is the other 2 units are suppressed. They're really not a threat to me, and even if they recover a little bit of morale, they're not going to rally back and do any sort of counter. So you'll notice, especially in a scenario like this where you're outnumbered, I'm juggling suppression. I am not always going in for the kill and trying to destroy units, because that's not my goal. My goal is to hold out. So I'm going to shift my base of fire to keep their units suppressed as much as I can and just delay. I'm going to destroy units when I can, but I want to keep all of them suppressed. It's kind of a weird juggling game, but I find it interesting. It's more interesting than just, like, concentrate your fire in a certain way. The fact that the game, I know it's simple, and it's not definitely as in-depth as something like War in the East, but I feel like any game that tries to model suppression is trying to teach players, you know, find, fix, flank, and finish. They're trying to teach the basics of fire maneuver for modern warfare. And so this game, even if not entirely realistic on that, they're giving you some of the main beats. I do lose a man in the bunker. They are still feeling good. Unfortunately, that half-track, you'll notice it's being really cheeky. It knows that my 2-pounder cannot get it there as long as it hides around the edge of the bunker. And so it's going to be free to just keep hitting my infantry. I am able to destroy these units. Unfortunately, my infantry, there's no point in even shooting at the half-track. That feature does not get implemented until Battle Academy 2, where it's very welcome when you can pin down half-tracks and not just have a million, like, roving machine gun platforms. I'm actually going to move these infantry up. You'll notice on the fresh infantry, there's little icons of dynamite bundles, and that this infantry unit doesn't have it. The reason for that is units can only assault armor for the number of dynamite icons they have. It represents their anti-tank ammo and things like that. And when it runs out, you have cards that can replenish it. But you'll notice for this scenario, even though the Germans get Stukas, I get no support cards. I'm actually going to do some shifting. Luckily, they're half-track. I don't know why. Right when I was going to have to assault it, take casualties, they went right out into my 2-pounders range, which is real nice. But there are cards that resupply, and in multiplayer scenarios, it can get really hairy when you have the enemy moving into a town and you can assault them, but your units start running out of ammo and you're just waiting for that resupply card. Here they're not even going to give it to me, and that's fine. So we still have armored cars and half-tracks. I'm going to get my guns in ambush position. Now, the AI, it really should know where these guns are. Even though it doesn't have line of sight on them currently, it has seen them before. That's one of the differences with a player. I think a player would just fire blindly, knowing that it's seen the AT guns pop before. I'm just going to suppress that area. You can suppress some areas. You can't hit any tile, but hidden tiles, you can usually just do area suppression, and it's pretty effective, and you can even get kills with it. They're not going to do that right now because they can see my Bren carrier, and, you know, with a human player, I don't think the Bren carrier would ever be the priority. I think they would just try to keep my AT gun suppressed and then move up. But if they're going to make it easy for me, I'm going to play by the rules they give me. Unfortunately, even with yellow odds, I'm not going to get anything there. And I am just going to keep this Bren carrier looking as attractive to them as possible. That's fine by me. It's just definitely not what a player would do. So if you ever play online, and it is real easy with the Slytherin system to do it, don't expect the players to neglect that. In fact, a lot of players, when attacking, I mean, they will just level buildings and level sandbags, and anywhere there could be a hidden unit fight. I know when I play online, I really won't even put vehicles near buildings. Oh, we have our first couple Panzer IIIs. That is exciting to see. And if I have bombard units like this, I'll just hit sandbags. You know, you don't have to put a unit in it, and it's a good piece of misdirection sometimes if you don't, because the enemy will not expect it. But yeah, they're gonna just try to suppress guard towers and sandbags and buildings and bunkers and things like that. AI though, letting me off easy. Right there, I have moved into the anti-tank obstacles. They provide pretty decent cover. They can provide concealment, but anytime you take a shot, I mean, it'll either say ambush or spotted. It's letting you know if they can see you, and right there, I switched my target because I noticed I had a 30% chance to hit the Panzer III, but they're too far away for me to penetrate. So I am going to focus on the armored cars. Even with really good green odds, they're not able to get anything. That's unlucky, and I'm concerned. I only have 8 turns remaining, but I'm concerned with how much attention they are paying to this right side. And I really think they're going to Schwerpunkt it. And my leggy Stuka there, suppressing everything. I was real worried that that gun was going to go down. And luckily for me, it does not. It's a gold gun, and really it's the only AT presence I have on the left side. I have 2 guns here on the right, which is good because they're doing work. I'm having to get 2 results there. And now their tanks are moving up, and their tanks are going to follow my advice and just start hitting my anti-tank gun emplacements. I don't blame them, it's what I would do. And the 2-pounders, they're going to have to get real close, but it's basically the 2-pounders are assaulting the tanks. That's why I enjoy this scenario, makes it real hairy. No, why would a Bren carrier do that? I don't know what I'm thinking, just looking at them. I'm checking their, you can suppress tanks, and it's a pretty valid strategy. So even with the 2-pounders, that's what I'm going to have to do if I can't get side shots, rear shots, or real close attacks. And right there, you'll notice I tried to click on the unit, and you see I do have my armor piercing, and they have 35% chance to kill. Nothing doing there. Hitting this thing as close as I can. Luckily, it's ambushed. But you'll notice when units run away, I sometimes instinctively try to click on them. I don't know if it was just a glitch, but on the old iPad version of this game, if you did that, you could actually hit them before they could retreat out of range. And so I never knew if it was intended or unintended because I only had this game on iPad for the longest time. But it was a way to really bully retreating units. I have not had luck with it on the PC, and I think it's just how the game is meant to be. You're not supposed to, like, react as a player quickly. I don't think anything is supposed to be a twitchy reaction for a war game, even a lighter war game like this. So I'm able to suppress them, get them out of there, and they finally destroy my decoy. But luckily, then, they just start going for my infantry. So I have Bren guns, and even with 2 anti-tank guns in the area, with a bunch of troops in bunkers that are victory points, they're going to try to take out my Bren squad. So fine by me. They can keep one of the weakest units I have suppressed. And I have not gotten lucky on these AP results. But I'm going to keep trying because it is a powerful ability, and I want to show it off. Going to keep playing the juggling game. Anything with good morale, even if it's a weakened unit, I'm going to just try to push them back, keep the infantry away from my guns. If the infantry can not suppress my guns, I think I can keep their tanks retreating. I'm lucky to have the guns last this long. Right now, all my units are in the bunkers. I'm feeling like not just getting a victory, I think I can get the last 3 objectives. And let's see. Because he was able to get a kill, you'll notice that Panzer III, he ranked up, and when he ranked up, his morale is at 125, and you'll notice my gun's morale is at 150. As units, there we go, there's that veteran gun. As units get more veterancy, their morale cap gets higher. Likewise, you'll get units that are conscripts and low quality, and their morale cap is lower at 75. This doesn't play in quite as much in Battle Academy 1, but when you get to Battle Academy 2, the Russians will get a lot of, like, really veteran units and then really conscript units and partisans. And it's interesting to juggle that as the Russians. You gotta figure out, like, how to utilize the units that are gonna get suppressed if they take a single casualty or any machine gun fire, and then how to save and most efficiently use the really, really elite units, which are good and don't get suppressed, but if they die, then you are out of luck. Doing okay there. Man, all those shots and not able to do anything with it. But this left side, they really don't seem like they're going to press me there. I have 2 infantry. I'm not super concerned. I feel strong on the left. I feel like the right is probably going to be where we make or break. They still have 1 tank, 1 armored car, but I'm doing a pretty good job with this infantry. They are rallying quickly. I'll give the Germans credit. They're keeping their morale up. Maybe they're singing songs and rallying the troops. Oh, beautiful result there. I don't know. But the nice thing is with the way morale recovers, if they go above 50, they get to act again. But because it recovers slowly and incrementally, they don't just jump back to 100. So with those units at 60, I'm able to blast them back down. Able to get some good react fire. They're trying to suppress me now. But most of those infantry units have taken losses and will not fight nearly as efficiently. My brave little Bren gun that absorbs so much tank fire to save my 2-pounders. They're back. Good to see. Yeah, it's only a 2 out of 5 unit, but it is an engineer, so it's going to assault well, and they do have 100 morale. And I just got to keep that juggling up. So many weakened infantry units. I have a chance to hit it, but too far away. That's only 5% chance to kill. I think I'm just going to either go for the suppress, because they're at 63, or go for the low kill chance, see if I can zero in, and I actually do. That's the nice thing. If you shoot at something rough, they're going to zero in on it. that the gunners are going to figure out their optics. And we are able to drop another one. They only have one tank left, and so at this point, in 4 turns, I don't even know if I could get to the city center, so I think we've won. But I'm going to see, can I hold them out of this bunker? If they're able to destroy it and take even a single bunker, I'm not going to be able to get all of my objectives. It says hold all victory points, so you can retake, but if they move past the bunker line, you will lose the one. And I want all 3. This has been a pretty long scenario. I mean, it's nearing 20 some odd minutes, maybe a little over. And I've put in the work. And I fought with one hand behind my back. My poor mortars. I mean, the one surviving mortarman, he is doing everything he can. But he's been all by himself. So, you know what? I'm dedicating it. Mortar guy number 2, this entire campaign is for you. Or at least this scenario. Let's see if we can make him proud. Have him earn his medals. It's a single engineer. Just get out of there. Like, don't even be a distraction from the units. Alright. Able to retreat. 35%. Up close. Nope. Nope. Side armor. Nope. Oh. This last tank is giving me fits. I just want to throw him out. If I can get him to run away, we can hold. We're so close to just holding on. Alright, their reaction. Fresh tank comes in, other one's running away, but we have 2 turns left. So if I can destroy this one, deflected. Rear armor shot. And they're deflected. And that just shows the 2-pounder. Not quite getting it done. In future scenarios, I'm going to have to hope that the British government decides to bestow me with some stronger weaponry. Because Brens and 2-pounders not going to do the job after a certain point. Alright, let's keep the last bit of infantry off. If the 2-pounders can delay those tanks long enough, then I'll keep my 2 bunkers. 0% chance to kill. It's just going to have to get closer even with the AP ability. And let's see what they do. Oh my gosh. With like 1 turn left, they're showing up with so much. But unfortunately for them, I don't even think those units have time to like really deploy. They're not going to be able to get anywhere. And can I suppress you? 61. Nope, even with a direct hit, 61, they're going to hold on. I'm going to have them take some fire, even though I'm surprised their half-track didn't shoot at me. I probably would have tried to suppress that unit. Maybe they're going to hold out, try to take out my gun. It's the last one, so if I can just keep them from basically blitzing with the half-track and just trying to throw an infantry unit on my bunker, then I'm good to go. I think we're set. Alright. What can I destroy? If I can blow up the half-track, I'm going to keep them from being able to just dump their infantry. However, they do retreat, so that'll keep them from, on their last turn, being able to react and put in infantry. That's the only threat at this point. We've done pretty well, as long as they do not have a way to deploy an infantry onto a bunker. We get all of our objectives, and that's a good feeling. We've only lost 2 units, so that objective is fine as long as they don't have the best turn ever. I don't even know if they have the resources really to kill 8 of my units in a single turn. Able to destroy them. Beautiful. That infantry is nothing to worry about. I think the left side's good. And let's see what they do on their final turn. Nothing on the left. Their tank is going to bully some infantry. Not going to take out the 2-pounder. That's now looking at its side armor. That's fine. And they deploy in close, but instead of going for my bunker unit, they are very content to just keep destroying my infantry. But they are not able to take out 8 units. They're not even able to destroy that one. The attack fails, and 3 objectives are done. We take 3 losses. They take a lot more. It is beautiful to see. 19 losses to 3. 3 objectives. Not a perfect game, but pretty good. So thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more Battle Academy, leave a like or a comment, and make sure you subscribe because there will be more wargame content coming up along with the history talks and book reviews, and I will see you guys in the next video.